Hello, this is a video to show you how to search and plot using eSpectra. From the logged in landing screen, you can click on the search and plot button in the middle of the screen or in the upper right-hand corner. Clicking on those buttons will take you to the search and plot screen. First, starting with section 1, search and upload. For more information on uploading data, please view our video on how to upload data to eSpectra. Under the search fields, you can select first your technique type, AES, UPS, XPS, or UV-Vis. You'll see that as you select different technique types, the search form fields will adjust appropriately. I'm going to select XPS, and I'm going to look for transition spectrum. Once you've entered the search parameters and filters you'd like to use, you can click on the search button. The results will be returned in section 2, and the page will automatically scroll down to section 2. Here we're reviewing results 1 through 10 of more than 3,000. You can use this hide and show toggle button to collapse the information. To understand a little bit more about the data sets that you're looking at, you can scroll to the bottom and view the legend. Here we see that there's a symbol ABS for all of these first 10 data sets. And that indicates that the data comes from peer-reviewed journal published by ABS. The information available on this screen includes the DOI, the technique, the chemical name, and the spectral region, as well as the publication year, and a little bit more information about that paper. You can expand each of the various spectra to get a little bit more information about the peaks that are assigned in that spectrum. You can also scroll to the bottom to view each of the subsequent pages of information. So now we're looking at pages 11 through 20. Once you've identified the spectrum you're interested in, you can again expand, look at some of the more detailed information available. And then if you decide that you want to plot that spectrum, you can simply click on this plus sign under Add and Remove. Once you do that, the spectrum is highlighted in green and it populates in section 3, selected results. If when you attempt to click on the plus sign, instead of the plus sign, you have a lock symbol, that indicates that there's an issue with your accessibility type. So please view our video on accessibility. Once you have your spectra selected, I'm just going to plot this one spectrum. I'll click plot. This brings you to the plotted graphical interface. First, we see that the legend and peak labels are turned off, and you can simply click on this button to turn them on. You can bring your cursor over top each X and Y value to view them. You can also draw a rectangle to zoom in. You can use the upper X-axis bars and the right Y-axis bars to zoom in and zoom out. If you want to reset, you can click on this Show All button. For more information about the spectrum, you can scroll down underneath the graph where you can see, again, the data that I selected came from a published paper, so there's a DOI associated. I can click on the DOI to access the paper here, or I can click on this article icon here, and it will open a new tab bringing me to the original paper where the data was published. There is some additional information included under the Details tab, which you can access by clicking on that button. You can also download the dataset in TXT or CSV, and the dataset will download. If you wish to reference the paper that the dataset comes from, you can click on this Cite button. The information that you would need for a reference is included, and you can actually copy the information easily from this pop-out. If you'd like to create a Y offset, you can enter into the form fields the offset you'd like to apply, positive or negative. Once you enter the value you'd like, you can click on the toggle button, and that will shift the data set up or down. If at the end of this plotting process you want to remember which search parameters you entered, you can click on this magnifying glass and it will populate any of the search terms you used. And if you have several data sets plotted and you'd like to remove one, you can click on this trash can symbol and remove the spectrum. This concludes how to search and plot. For more information or to contact a specialist, you can scroll to the bottom of any eSpectra page where the help email is added, eSpectrahelp@aip.org.